Have you ever wondered why some people seem genuinely happy, even when life is difficult? They don't have the biggest houses. They don't always have the highest paying jobs. They don't live without pain or disappointment. Yet they wake up with peace. They smile without pretending. They sleep without regret. What is their secret? More than 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosophers discovered something remarkable. Happiness is not something you chase. It is something you practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, **, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. **. Most people spend their lives searching for happiness in money, relationships, social media approval, or material success. The Stoics search somewhere else. Inside themselves. In today's lesson, you'll discover 9 small habits practiced by the happiest people every single day. These habits don't require wealth. They don't require talent. Anyone can begin today. By the end of this video, you may realize that happiness has been much closer than you imagined. If you're ready to build a stronger mind and a calmer life, subscribe to Rise in Silence and join thousands seeking wisdom over noise. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. They control their morning before the world controls them. Marcus Aurelius began each morning with reflection. Before dealing with anyone else, he prepared his own mind. Think about how most people start their day. The alarm rings. Immediately they check messages, notifications, news, social media, arguments, bad headlines. Before they even leave bed, other people have already taken control of their emotions. The Stoics refuse to live that way. Your morning shapes your entire day. If you begin with distraction, you'll spend the day distracted. If you begin with anxiety, everything feels stressful. Instead, spend your first few minutes in silence. Take deep breaths. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? Not. What will happen today? Because you cannot control what happens. You can only control who you become. Even 5 quiet minutes each morning can completely change your mindset. The happiest people don't wake up reacting. They wake up preparing. Habit 2. They accept what they cannot control. This may be the most powerful Stoic lesson ever taught. Epictetus said, some things are within our control, and some things are not. Almost every frustration comes from confusing these two categories. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control yesterday. Yet millions spend their lives fighting these realities. Imagine trying to stop the rain by shouting at the sky. Sounds ridiculous. But emotionally, many people do exactly that every day. They argue with reality. The happiest people don't waste energy resisting life. Instead they ask, what can I do right now? If someone insults you, you cannot control their words. You can control your response. If you lose your job, you cannot change yesterday. You can prepare for tomorrow. Freedom begins the moment you stop fighting what cannot be changed. Acceptance is not weakness. It is wisdom. Habit 3. They practice gratitude before desire. Modern society constantly says, you'll be happy when you get the promotion, when you buy the new car, when more people admire you, when life becomes easier. But the finish line keeps moving. Seneca warned against this trap. Someone who always wants more will never have enough. The happiest people don't ignore ambition. They simply refuse to let gratitude disappear. Every evening they remember what already exists. Their health, their family, a friend, food on the table, another sunrise, another chance to improve. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary blessings. You don't become grateful because life is perfect. Life becomes richer because you choose gratitude. Before sleeping tonight, think of 3 things that made today worthwhile. You may discover that happiness has been quietly sitting beside you all along. Habit 4. They speak less and listen more. One of the strongest people in any room is usually the quietest. The Stoics believed wisdom begins with listening. Many people speak simply to prove they are right. But happy people seek understanding instead. When someone is angry, they don't rush to interrupt. When someone shares an opinion, they don't immediately prepare a counterargument. They listen. Real listening builds trust. It reduces conflict. It helps us learn. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every person has something to teach us, even those we disagree with. Silence is not emptiness. Sometimes silence is intelligence. The next time you're in a conversation, challenge yourself to ask more questions than you answer. You may learn something that changes your perspective forever. Habit 5. They don't chase everyone's approval. One of the greatest prisons in life is caring too much about what other people think. How many dreams have been abandoned because someone feared criticism? How many talents remain hidden because of the fear of judgment? Marcus Aurelius wrote, Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The Stoics understood something modern society often forgets. People will judge you, no matter what you do. If you're successful, someone will call you lucky. If you're quiet, someone will call you weak. If you're confident, someone will call you arrogant. So why surrender your peace to opinions you cannot control? The happiest people seek respect, not applause. Their confidence comes from character, not compliments. When you stop performing for the crowd, you finally begin living for yourself. Transition to part 2. We've covered 5 habits that quietly shape a peaceful and joyful life. But the next 4 habits are even more powerful. They reveal why some people remain calm during failure, peaceful during chaos, and emotionally strong when everyone else falls apart. Absolutely. Below is part 2 of your 20-minute YouTube script for Rise in Silence. The happiest people do these 9 small habits every day. Stoicism, Stoic lesson. Part 2, habits 4 to 6. Habit 4. They let go of what they cannot control. One of the greatest secrets to happiness is accepting reality instead of fighting it. Many people wake up angry because of things beyond their control. The weather, the economy, traffic, people's opinions, past mistakes. Stoics ask one simple question: can I control this? If the answer is no, they let it go. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Think about that. Not outside events. Your mind. Imagine carrying a heavy bag every single day. Inside the bag are insults, regrets, fear, disappointments. How long before you become exhausted? Now imagine putting the bag down. Nothing around you changed, but everything inside you became lighter. That is what acceptance does. Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is freedom. You stop arguing with reality. You stop expecting unfair people to become fair. You stop expecting life to be perfect. And strangely, that is when peace begins. Today's exercise is simple. Whenever something goes wrong, pause and ask. Can I control this? If yes, take action. If no, release it. Habit 5. They protect their time like treasure. The happiest people know one thing. Time is life. Every minute wasted is a piece of life that never returns. Seneca once wrote, It is not that we have a short life, but that we waste much of it. Look around. How many hours disappear every week scrolling endlessly? Watching arguments online. Comparing yourself with strangers. Complaining. Waiting for motivation. Meanwhile, life quietly moves on. Stoics become guardians of their time. They choose meaningful work, meaningful conversations, meaningful rest. Notice something important. Being busy doesn't mean being productive. You can work all day, yet achieve nothing important. Ask yourself each morning, asterisk, if today were my last ordinary day, what would truly matter? Asterisk. That question changes priorities. Spend less time proving yourself. Spend more time becoming yourself. Remember, money lost can return. Time never does. Hashtag habit 6. They speak less and listen more. In today's world, everyone wants to be heard. Few people truly listen. But Stoicism teaches something powerful. Wisdom enters through listening, not talking. Epictetus said, asterisk, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Asterisk. Think about the calmest person you've ever met. Were they always talking? Probably not. They observed. They listened. They responded carefully. Silence is powerful. Not because it says nothing, but because it prevents unnecessary conflict. Every argument avoided is peace preserved. Many relationships fail, not because people don't love each other, but because they stop listening. The happiest people don't rush to defend themselves. They first seek to understand. The next time someone criticizes you, instead of reacting immediately, pause. Listen. Ask questions. Maybe you'll discover something valuable. Or maybe you'll discover that their opinion doesn't deserve your energy. Either way, you win. Hashtag transition. By now, we've learned 6 habits that quietly transform ordinary lives into peaceful ones. But the final 3 habits are perhaps the most powerful of all. They teach gratitude, purpose, and how to remain joyful even during life's darkest moments. If you're still watching, you're already becoming different from most people. Take a deep breath, because the next lessons could change the way you see your entire life. Sit back, reminisce all you have heard, because the next part will blow your mind. If this has taught you something, please subscribe to this channel for more. Thank you.